Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video and another episode of my MotoGP 19 career mode here today for episode number 8 or part number 8. And today we are racing around Thailand at the beautiful Buriram circuit, a brand new circuit on the calendar from last season, and also racing around Motegi in Japan. If you guys missed the last episode for Misano and Aragon, then check out the race guys or the episode by clicking on the card in the top right hand corner of your screen. Now this episode is a big one. A very big one, because we can clinch the championship in this episode. More importantly, we can clinch it in this very next race. So let's do a little bit of maths. So currently, if we look at the calendar, we're currently at Thailand, and we have this race, plus Motegi, plus Phillip Island, plus Malaysia, plus Valencia, which is 5 races left to go, with a possible maximum of 125 points up for grabs. Now, if we do the math in the championship, we are 93 points clear of Garcia, and 101 clear of Amos. So pretty much the target is simple. If we win the next race and Garcia doesn't get, I believe, third, as long as Garcia finishes third or lower, or maybe fourth, I'm not sure how, I can't remember how the points work in MotoGP, but I think if he finishes fourth or lower, we win the championship in Thailand. We can win it in this race. Essentially, what has to happen is we have to increase the gap to Garcia to 101 points after Thailand. So that's the target. So we're going to try and win Thailand and hope Garcia doesn't get second or third place, and that would give us the championship. Amos is already outside of that 100 point window, so all we've got to do is make sure we finish ahead of him in this race. So with that being said, the pressure's on and we can win the championship in our debut season with 4 races to spare. So let's jump into it here, and first of all, let's tackle practice and get up to speed around the circuit of Thailand. Well, I was close to my teammate there, I almost hit the back of him there. Luckily, we just avoided him as we complete the first lap in our practice program. We'll go for one more, as we have to do one more on the track affinity. Ooh, that's wide again there. Whenever I seem to get near a teammate, I seem to run wide, as we're now behind my other teammate, Arenas. Okay, so this practice program is going to draw to a close as Booth Amos is setting the pace out front. One of my championship rivals, as this time we don't run deep at the final corner and we get it sorted out. We're going to get a perfect score as well in the practice program. And there we go then, job done, maximum points and into the 148, so not a bad lap. We're going to see where we are now relative to Amos and of course Garcia and the rest of those in the championship contention battle, and also see what the pace is. Last year it was so easy around here, to really beat AI. It was the first time we done this track, so the AI difficulty wasn't quite nailed down, and it was very easy to beat them. But in this case, you can see we're currently P4. Delaporte, Garcia and Amos are all faster than me, so that's a little bit better to see, a little bit more encouraging. But well, actually, as I say that, Maciego is P2. But now we're going to transition into another practice program, this time into the quick lap simulation. This will be 2 soft tyres, front and rear. So let's get to work and let's try and make sure that lap is good enough to get us into Q2. Okay, it's been a very good lap here. We should be on target to beat that lap time if we just get the final corner sorted out. Still know where to brake for this final corner. I seem to get it a little bit wrong every lap as we almost go down there. We were so lucky to not touch the front. It's going to be a good lap though. We do a 46.4, and that's a much better lap there on the double soft tyres. But that final corner was very scary there. We almost completely tucked the front. And to be fair, it was a pretty perfect lap, to be honest. I think we'll be lucky if we match that and replicate that in qualifying, because I didn't really get any corners wrong, to be honest. So yeah, good lap, and that should be good enough now for Q2. Let's confirm it, and there you go. We are comfortably quickest there, and a big improvement on last year's game where the AR were like 3 seconds off. I'm talking about the nearest bike, and it's a shame that AR don't use soft tyres. The R do is it makes more sense, but still, there's currently the situation. We're now going to move into qualifying though. That lap should be good enough, but let's confirm it either way. There we go then, confirmation as we go straight into Q2. And we've got all the championship rivals near us, so it's going to be competitive, I think, in that regard. We've got all the big boys there, but let's see if we can once again replicate that lap from practice to confirm the pole position. Oh dear, that's very wide there. The bike just wouldn't slow down, even though I broke pretty early. The bike just wouldn't seem to get stopped. That's going to cost me a little bit of time. It will give us more straight line speed down the straight, but I think overall it will cost us time. Right, final corner. That's too early on the brakes. I keep getting the lines messed up on the left-hand side as a reference point. Other than that, though, with that mistake at the hairpin, those 2 mistakes were the only 2 of the lap. It was still a relatively good lap. 47.4. We're going to go for one more. The tyres are still in good condition, so I reckon we've got one more lap on these tyres still. Oh no. Slow it down. Okay, that's better. We didn't actually run mega deep that time. We're going to make sure we avoid hitting Foggia there. We are a 10th up so far. Can we try and keep it going? There it is, 7/10 up. That's the time we was looking for. Amos, 47.1, that's his best lap of the weekend, but we're on course to improve here. Let's not overcook at the final corner now. It's been a good lap. I'm hot. Oh, just can't get it turned in, but that was the first mistake of the lap. It should still be good though, and there he goes for 46.2, and that's our fastest lap of the weekend so far, and I will take that. Very good lap there. That should be pole. There we go then, confirmation of the pole position there. Garcia and Amos second and third. And if the race finish like that tomorrow, that would be great for me, because that would help me out my championship quest. So that would mathematically put Amos out of contention, and Garcia would be very, very close. But there we go, pole position once again. We're now going to move into the race and try and convert that pole position into a race win. Okay, so here we are then on the grid for the Thailand GP, and we can win the championship in this race. It needs to go our way. It's out of our hands. We need other people to foul elsewhere. For this race, we're going to run a soft medium, as that's worked quite well for us. And the tyre wear seems pretty low, to be fair, around this circuit. So let's get to work and let's try and secure our first championship in this game. Right, here we go then. The 5 red lights come on at Thailand. Lights out and away we go. Let's try and have a good start here. Can we try and win the championship here today? So far, so good it seems. We're going to turn 1. Going to take it nice and easy here. Keep the outside line. Amos, they're trying to make a way through, but no way past me just yet. As we get on the power out of turn 1 now, racing down towards the hairpin. Looks like we've got a nice gap as well, so that's good to see. Now we've got to try and get this hairpin sorted out under braking. I don't really know where to brake. I want to go on the brakes there. Oh no, this is too hot. Way too hot. I'm going to be wide. Going to get the power though. Luckily we're still going to be in front. And no one had any contact with me. So far so good. We keep our first place. Garcia's nowhere in the top 3, so that's good news as well for the championship. And at the minute we would be world champion, I believe, if it stayed as it did. So let's try and keep it that way. As we go through now towards Sector 2. Looking pretty good here. This is now when I start to really extend my pace when I get into Sector 3. Oh my god, that was so close. Whoa. Amos was extremely hot into that brake zone there. He almost took my rear tyre. That was extremely risky. Luckily though, no major contact was made. My teammate Aranas is up in P9 as well. The constructors, that could change today. The leader of the constructors, we can maybe overtake Green Power today, which is Binder and Amos's team. As speaking of which, Amos goes down the inside out of nowhere. Seems like the AI already have much better Sunday pace, race pace, which is good because we're going to have a race on our hands. So we need to try and get back past Bruce Amos if we can here. Towards the end of lap 1, let's transfer our braking into the final corner. Let's not run deep like we did at the hairpin if possible. Just about to get that straightened up. There we go on the power. Garcia's down at P6. There we go, just saw on the left hand side there, a little bit of an update. So Garcia is down as we get a run on Amos here. Going towards turn 1. I'm going to back off for now. I'll wait until after turn 1 to get the run. As we go all the way down towards the hairpin. Here we go then. Nice toe. Let's pull to one side. Garcia out to P4 now. We're going to power past Amos there and retake first place. Now can we get it sorted out into the hairpin? Braking a bit early this time. Probably a little bit too early. Amos down the inside. Pushes me wide, but makes the move. We're going to switch back underneath again, though. We're going to try and get the more shallow line. And we take first place back once again there from Booth Amos, who's trying his hardest to keep his championship hopes alive. Stay off that grass and that curb if we can. Pick up the racing line through there. There we go. Nicely done. And now this is the corner where last lap Amos absolutely sent one down the inside. Luckily this time there's no major contact and he's nowhere near as erratic as last time. And we're going to stay in front. You can actually see a gap in the minimap there. We've actually pulled away. I think Amos might have made a mistake or something. We've opened up a nice gap here, so let's try and use the opportunity to pull away and open up a gap here. Ooh, almost lost the front tyre there again as Garcia makes the move up into P2. He's at a 46.5, very good pace, but Garcia actually does a 46.5 of his own, so that's his fastest up of the entire weekend so far, and that's even faster than qualifying. As usual, Amos and Garcia doing battle for P2 at the minute. That's letting us pull away here as we go into the final lap of the Grand Prix. Let's see how this all pans out going in towards the end of the lap. Garcia and Amos are still doing battle here as Garcia takes P2 at the hairpin. I've run the numbers. If Garcia finishes P3 and Amos P2, we are world champion. There would be a 9-point swing from first to third place. So if Garcia finishes third, he's currently 7 points inside the 100, so it means that we would win the championship in this race. But Garcia has to finish third. At the minute he's P2. Not anymore. As Amos gets by. And actually Binder there briefly overtook Garcia. So let's see how this one pans out. We're going to stay live here for the rest of the lap to see the updates on the left hand side. And see if those guys do exchange positions. Through the sector, Amos is P2. So that is good. That's what we need. Let's wait and see now. One more sector to go. We're looking good though to win the race as we make our way now in towards the final corner. Let's get our braking sorted out. Nice and easy on the brakes. No need to take it too aggressively. In towards the hairpin. Let's have a look behind, shall we? And oh my god, Garcia's P2. He snatched it right at the end and he has taken P2. We're going to win the race, but it's not going to be enough for the championship in this race. Garcia right at the end just holds on and he finishes P2 ahead of Amos. Well, however, Booth Amos is now out of the running. We'll confirm it in a moment's time, but meanwhile Darren Binder P4 and you've got Masia Fanati, Della Porta, Canet and Toba P9 and then my teammate Arenas in the end P12 there. So in the end, not the best race for us as a team. In terms of the Riders' Championship though, with 100 points up for grabs in the last 4 races, Garcia is just within mathematical contention of the championship. Booth Amos now, he's 110 points behind. He's no longer in for contention. And Della Porta, of course, is also out as well now. So let's look at the constructors. And you can see that we are 3 points behind CRP Green Power. So we are still breathing down their neck with 4 more races to go. Can we snatch the constructors from them? We will see. But Thailand is done. And it's now gone from a 3-horse race down to a 2-horse race. And surely we will secure the championship at Japan. Oh, whoa, that is the biggest moment I think I've ever had in this game so far. How the hell did I not high side there? Wow. Whew. Uh-oh. This ain't going well so far. I'm struggling to get a grasp and understanding of this circuit so far. Uh-oh. That's very wide again there. Wow. I'm struggling with these slow corners where engine braking is pretty much required. That's not what I need right now. I'm trying to get this track affinity sorted out. We're going to run wide. That's going to cost me dearly. So we're going to foul the first one. That's a bit of a scruffy lap from us there. Let's try and go again. Uh-oh, not again. Not again. Oh, we just about keep it out of the gravel. Come on, let's try and end this practice program on a high. I'm also about 2 seconds off Garcia's time here. Probably more come the end of the lap, to be honest. Let's find out if with the chicane we are going to set a lap time. That's also good enough for the threshold because we actually didn't beat the time threshold last time. We did a 2-minute 10.0. But here we go up to the line. This time we do manage to succeed in the program and get the maximum score with a good enough lap and enough track affinity. However, I think we're off the pace around here a little bit, and it's kind of caught me off guard. I don't particularly like Motegi, I've got to be honest. It's one of my least favourite tracks on the calendar, and Yeah, we seem to be struggling for pace. Let's have a look. So we're 2 seconds off at the minute, and Garcia is absolutely dominating. He's the only man in the 204s. So this is interesting. You know, there could be a battle. Amos just goes P2 there with a 5.3. So either way, we're going to go into the quick lap simulation, strap on a set of softs, and see if this is actually trouble for us, or we do actually have some pace. And it was a question of hooking up a clean lap. Okay, so far so good. Let's try and go flat through here, which I've struggled with so far as well. Let's see what the second sector is. Okay, we're up. It's looking good so far. I will admit, it's been a pretty much perfect lap at this point. And there's the first mistake. Oh, there we go, we just about got it rotated. And we've lost a little bit of ground there, we're just a fraction up now. And this is the brake zone that I can't seem to get the bike slow down for. I think we're going deep again. Oh, yes we are. I'm holding the brake as much as I can. I need to brake earlier than that. Here we go through here. There's a lot of time to make up through here for the chicane if we can get the line right. That's pretty good. That's quite tidy. And there we go. This lap should be good enough for Q2, that's for certain. Will it be fast enough to go P1? Let's find out. Up to the line. Yes it is, there we go, 2 minute 4.4, so we do have pace, which is good, even with that mistake, so no complaints there. Actually quite surprised we found that much time, to be honest, but then again, it's a very long lap, so not 100% surprised, but still, I thought we was more in trouble than that, but it's looking good. Seems like we have pace, let's confirm that real quick. So there we go, half a second up on Garcia and 9/10 up on Amos, so mainly we're looking at Garcia though now. He is the main championship rival, and we seem to have good pace, but there we go, job done. We should now move into qualifying. Okay, so we are once again into Q2, and you can see there are no real dramas. We go through P1, so the practice lap we did before was good enough, but now let's try and score one more pole position to try and start the race from first place. Here we go then into qualifying. This is our first attempt of a lap, so let's get up to speed, and let's try and match that practice lap. Let's get to work. Uh-oh, we're wide. We managed to get it slowed down though, and we're going to get a good exit, which is okay, but we just missed the apex there quite a bit. But I think we'll get away with that a little bit. Broken a bit too early there. But again, we're looking good though. Garcia trying to set the pace, but that's not really a super competitive lap time. And number 1.7 up, so we're on target for a 2 minute 4. Now it comes down to this once again, this crucial brake zone. Let's see how we are this time. Not again. Oh, come on. Just about. I can't seem to get that sorted out. It feels like I'm braking so early though, and it's still not enough. Into the chicane though. Change the direction, not the best line, I'm very shallow, but here we go then on the power, bit of a scruffy end to the lap, but we'll take it. Here we go then, let's see, is it a 204 once again? Yes it is, 204.3, so it's still a quick lap. Fastest all weekend that is, so that's pretty good. And we're going to come into the pit lane and strap on a fresh set of tyres. I reckon we can get a 203 to be honest, so we're going to go back out and try one more time. Ooh. That's going to ruin it. That's going to ruin it. That's a poor line through there. Half a second down. Well, I think that's it. Because the fresh tyres aren't going to be the same now. No, we're hot into here as well. Yeah, forget it. We've ruined it. That was the one lap we had. That was our one bullet in the shotgun. And we fired it early. But I reckon that will still be enough for pole. Okay, so here we have the final qualifying results, and Garcia managed to get within a second actually with the 05.3, but ultimately we dominate in qualifying. Now let's go win that race and win that championship. It's time for the Japanese Grand Prix. Here we are then on the grid for the Japanese Grand Prix. First of all, tyres. Let's get some fresh rubber on. I'm going to go medium hard here. I don't trust the softs. I don't like how they go off around here. We're going to go medium hard just to play it safe as well. And we're going to see how this goes. The pressure's on, but we can win our first championship here today. And it's time for the Japanese Grand Prix. Let's get into it and let's secure the bag. Here we go then. The 5 red lights come on here at Motegi. Lights out and away we go. And it's looking like a pretty decent start already here. Towards turn 1, no one's challenging me. And we are going to take the apex like no one's there. A little bit wide into turn 2, but we're okay on the power straight away there. And there we go, that's what I'm talking about. Garcia is right behind me, but you can see the straight line speed there as we pull away from him. Going down towards turn number 2. Easy on the brakes here. Oh, Garcia's absolutely sent one. He's going to run deep though, and I'm going to go straight underneath him. I'm a little bit shallow into this next left hander, so I'm going to have to take it easy on the throttle. But there we go, job done. We're back past Garcia. He's still holding P2 though, and I think he's going to be trouble all race because he knows this is his last chance. I'm a little bit hot on the brakes here, and I'm not actually slowing it down okay, to be fair, for a change. That's good news. On the power nice and early then, out of the exit. Through the flat out right. First time running the medium hards in quite a few races, and a little bit less grip. Garcia getting the run of me there, even though I was flat out. That's quite surprising. We're going to hold the inside though. Garcia tries to have a look, but no way through there. He's trying to go on the outside. Don't know what he was trying to do there, but we hold on to first place for now. And towards the hairpin. You know the corner that worries me is that hairpin after the long back straight, and that's going to be trouble as Kenneth actually takes P2 from Garcia there, so that's good, although it was short-lived as Garcia's back to P2. Okay, so first of all, hairpin, let's sort this out. That'll do nice and tidy. And now this is the tricky one here. We've got a little bit of a gap, which is good, a little bit of breathing room to brake earlier if we need to. But let's try and not overcook this, shall we? Let's try and take it easy. So I'll brake just before this meter board. I've been braking bang on the meter board, but it's been too early, so we'll brake before it. And there we go, that's better, that's nice and tidy. A little bit easier on the brakes, a bit earlier, but we're playing it safe. But that will do. And now into the chicane. Again, nice and easy through here. Open up the final corner as much as we can. And there we go. Nicely done. Nice and tidy. First lap survived. We're looking good. We've got a nice little gap behind us already. Let's try and extend that gap. Oh, I'm absolutely dominating that corner now. We've absolutely bossed it. I found the perfect braking point. And also engaging the rear brake first before the front seems to work as well. As we go into the chicane, hit a bit wider on that second apex. At the minute, they're holding on. I'm trying to pull away, but again, the AI seem to have better pace in the race. Garcia's P2, Amos P3, up to the line, and it's only a 0.67. We are struggling more on these harder tyres. The softs gave me a lot more grip. You know, if you go back to practice, those first few laps on the mediums, they weren't so great. I can feel the front just kind of letting go there mid-corner. As Amos sets the fast up at the 6-0. Garcia's right on my tail here. We have to be careful. Last lap of the race. Even if Garcia wins, it'll be okay. You know, it doesn't matter too much, but I want to try and win it on track. Garcia down the inside. Block pass. Good move. We're going to try and set up a switch back here. Ooh, rear tyre's not working. That hard is not wanting to get the power down. We are going to get back past though. Now we've got to get slowed down one more time here into this other hairpin. Garcia back down the inside. Taking a couple of stabs at the brake. Not feeling too confident. Like I said, in these slow corners around this circuit, I've struggled all weekend. Whenever I'm on the soft, it seems to cause me trouble. Through the fast right. Got the run on Garcia there. I had to kind of get out of it. We're going to be on the inside though for the next left, but we can't quite commit to it as Garcia takes the racing line. He's going to be a little bit shallow and a little bit compromised. As we got the power here, let's try and stick with him. The irony that it might come down to an overtake into that hairpin on the back straight. I'm very wide there, I've got to be honest. That was scruffy. And Amos has gone down behind us. That was that little lag spike. Amos has crashed behind, so the pressure is now off from behind. And it's all about me versus Garcia here for the race win. Although as it stands, we will win the championship. Here we go then. I'm going to try and keep the pressure on, but Garcia is really going for this. He's got great pace. And this isn't my brake zone, to be honest. The AI are better than me here, so let's take it easy into this one. Let's feed it in. That will do. On the power then, can we try and snatch it from Garcia right at the death? If not, it doesn't matter. Let's just focus on securing the second place. Into the chicane. Garcia goes first. Looks like he's got this in the bag. We are going to get a good exit, but it's not enough. We're not going to win, but we are going to win the World Championship here today at the Japanese Grand Prix. And we are World Champion in Moto 3 in our debut season. There you go. Confirmation in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. And also you can see there Garcia really went for it. That last lap, a 2:05.1. That was his fastest lap of the weekend. So really good pace from him. We tried to match him, but the harder tyres didn't really work for me that well. And for an ITP3 there, Amos finishing P8. So with Binder 6th and Amos 8th, that might be big things for the constructors. But first of all, let's confirm the championship. And there we go, with 75 points available in the last 3 races, Garcia is now mathematically out of contention, and we win the championship here in Moto 3. In terms of the constructors, we are now first. We've finally overtaken CIP Green Power, and we're finally leading the way. So very, very happy that one between myself and my other 2 teammates, as we lead the constructors for the first time in this entire season with 3 races to go. And overall, a really, really good episode here today, guys. If you did enjoy it, then drop a like and subscribe if you are new, guys, and also check out these 2 videos on your screen if you have missed them. But that is it, guys. We are world champions in Moto 3. 3 races to go. We're going to do all those 3 races at once in the final episode for the finale of Moto 3, and we're going to start from the back of the grid and do a last question mark challenge in all 3 of those races. Hope you guys look forward to it, but until then, guys, I'll see you in my next episode. But yeah, guys, we are world champions.